Hey everybody,
Всем привет.
we decided to put the fake background because we still have our Christmas tree.
Well, it's a contest. We want to be the last one in the neighborhood to have the Christmas tree up and visible in the windows.
We are still not the last ones,
No, we aren't.
but we are winning. So welcome everybody to ACI 7, Vows of the Bodhisattvas, or I like the title that we put, the True Love Design.
Yeah.
And this is class 4, and today we start the vows. There will be root vows 1 to 9 that we will go through today. Motivation?
Motivation?
Yeah. Sashipuki is a motivation. Close your eyes and think about your life right now. What are your problems and what are the good things about your life? See your own suffering. Think about other people around you. Do they suffer from the same things? Probably almost same, maybe slightly different. And remember how the world functions. It comes from our actions, thoughts, and words. So you will be thinking something for the next 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. Maybe repeating words after us. And dedicate everything you will do for the next 1 hour, 1 hour and a half to be able to stop your own suffering and everybody else. Imagine how the world will look like if nobody is getting sick, like me today. Nobody is getting old. People do not die. Have no relationship problems. No resources problems. No anger, no wars. Everybody is ethical and nice and living their life of dream. And this is your payment for the class. Decide that you offer this future thing that you are creating right now to your teachers, to everybody who will ever teach you this path. And open your eyes. Isn't it funny, the sky?
I feel like I'm at work.
I was thinking it looks like you're at work. Yeah, this is exactly what Bill usually sees.
The view from the cockpit's much better than the passenger view. I mean, you could imagine if you were riding in a car and you had to look out the side like through a hole like that, as opposed to what you get through the front.
It's because pilots have French windows.
Yeah. That's pretty extraordinary.
Yeah. Okay, then let's go. Today is
Oh,
and
yelling.
we are sorry if we are a little bit slow today because I'm still sick.
Yeah, I just came back from a 4-day trip, and so I'm a little tired, and she's sick, and so
Which is good for translators. Ole is always happy when I'm sick. So, you want me to start? You want you to start?
I don't. Yeah, if you've got the energy, go for it.
I can start.
Great.
So, it is, to be completely honest, as Bill says,
Many lies.
it's very difficult to really break Bodhisattva vows. What you want to see the answers? Here you go.
There you go. All right.
So it starts with the downfalls, and I want to start with. No, we don't need the slides right now, not yet. So what I wanted to say that it is very difficult to really break root downfalls. There are 18 of them, and they are called Tsatun. You can repeat for the good luck, Tsatun. And it is root Tsa, like the plant root also Tsa. Like root text will be also Tsa. And Tun is to fall down. So there are only 18. We will study today first 9, like half of root downfalls today, half of root downfalls tomorrow. And it means that if you break this vow, you will first fall to hell, to hells, and second, you really break. It destroys vows, but it's not easy because you also have to have 4 additional things called 4 chains in order to really break it. And it's very bad to break. It's very serious because basically you stop yourself or at the very least slow down very much, even if it was not a root downfall. You slow down your spiritual career. Like you really try hard and then you kind of break everything, right? So there are 2 root downfalls that you break like once you just have these ideas in your mind, but you will see it's, to be honest, very evil to have these ideas. It's not it's unusual. Not that there are no people who had them. And mysterious, tell me.
Well, the first root downfall is praising yourself for criticizing others. And I'm thinking, well, you couldn't be a politician and be a bodhisattva.
Actually, you can.
It was a joke, my love. It's a joke.
So the stakes are high, right? I mean, for the first time in your life, you aspire to get an enlightened being. You're really serious. When you take a bodhisattva vows, it means you're really serious about becoming an enlightened being. And because the stakes are high, like what you get is so cool. And if you fail, then it's also very serious. But on the positive side, there are only 2 that you commit even without 4 chains, and they're very weird for anybody who, at the very least, had the idea to become a bodhisattva. And all the rest, 16, you have to have this 4 additional stuff, like you must really enjoy what you have done. You should be ready to commit it again. You think that there is nothing wrong with what you're doing, and it's really evil what you're doing. Believe me, you will see the vows. And you have no regret. So if you commit complete downfall, it usually means that for a while you have these bad ideas in your mind, and it destroys the mental continuum of the vows that are building up in you. So basically, this future good things that you started to build, you destroyed that. That's what the break of these root vows mean. And it's true that you can restore your bodhisattva vows, unlike lay people and monks, nuns, pratimoksha vows that you take just once and then you keep it till the rest of your life. And once you are dead, you don't have these vows anymore. Bodhisattva vows, you take them forever, basically. The good thing about them that in the future lives, even you will not really remember you have them, you will kind of behave in the same, with same ideas. And at some point you will meet somebody in your future life who will give you these vows again. Now I'm wondering, how many times did we meet with the guys?
Probably more than once.
Probably more than once. Every time I think, what was wrong last time? So
well, look at what's wrong this lifetime.
Yeah, basically what went wrong you can see in the vows also. The vows that will be difficult for you to keep, probably the ones that gave you trouble already at some point.
Yeah, well, you can imagine how it went, right? Like somebody's has the direct perception of emptiness, or they're getting enlightened, and they say, "Hey, well, treat other people the way you want to be treated." And he goes, "Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good."
So,
And then somebody.
look at Ekaterina. You will see when she's done.
We should probably have her face instead of ours up there.
Do you have?
It's tiny.
I cannot make it. Oh, no.
You can imagine that somebody says, well, be nice, treat other people the way you want to be treated. And then somebody goes out and, brags about themselves and criticizes other people and says, okay, well, treat other people the way you want to be treated and don't praise yourself and criticize others. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, well, and then somebody fails to help somebody else out. They refuse to teach, or they refuse to
because
give them.
I'm the teacher, I will not be sharing. Otherwise, I will be a lesser teacher, you see.
Yeah. And so somebody refuses to teach or refuses to help somebody with material goods. And so they say, okay, well, be kind to other people. Don't praise yourself. Don't criticize others. And number two, don't not give people things if they need it. Okay, number two. And so then, humans being humans, 256 vows later, I think they gave up writing individual instructions. Just work on those.
Yeah. And there is, if you understand what an enlightened being means, then you will think, okay, the Buddha Shakyamuni has seen me 2,500 years ago, and in the for an enlightened being, past, present, and future, they are happening at the same time, right? So for him, no problem to see anybody, and no problem to direct slightly the teachings that we would get them in the exact shape and form we need. So it's a good idea to think that everything that I hear is tailor-made for me, like tailored specifically for me. There are no stupid vows. There are no happenstances, right? Coincidences or something, or this is a little bit off, probably old. Does not work this way. There are consequences if you do break root root vows. Jetson Kappa specifically describes that a person who will succeed to break root vows with 4 chains, or the 2 ones that come without 4 chains, which are very difficult to commit, to be honest. So they cannot attain the first Bodhisattva Bhumi in this lifetime. It's like full stop. If even they will retake Bodhisattva vows, which is highly recommended to retake, they cannot see emptiness directly under the influence of bodhicitta for the first Bhumi in this lifetime. There is another fancy word in Tibetan to be defeated by your enemy, and it is pampa. And this is what they call the committing this root downfall, pampa.
And who's your enemy? Your mental afflictions.
Yeah, yourself.
Yeah, your mind. Your mind is the misuse of your mind is your enemy.
Yeah.
There is no external enemy.
Yeah, by the way, it is incorrectly perceived in some religions that you should kill people who do not belong to religions, instead of understanding that this is the real enemy who has to be defeated.
Insane world.
No, insane mind. World is fine.
Torture.
Okay, so now that we scared you enough, we will go through the downfalls. Because honestly, it's difficult to commit the root downfall. It's difficult to commit pampa.
And you'll see, we talked about this yesterday. This isn't like don't dance, don't have fun,
No.
don't have a girlfriend, don't have a boyfriend.
Please have them.
These are pretty common sense. Like, this is stuff you would tell your 4-year-old or 3-year-old is like, well, don't, share what you have.
Yeah. Or
you have 2 cookies, give one away.
Yeah. This is what sovest means in Russian and Ukrainian, and the word that is
много совесть.
Or absent in English. They don't have the word.
Yeah, that's совесть.
Okay, so let's start with the vows. My love, I let you talk about the first one.
Okay, so these are pretty straightforward.
And we can use Tibetan also because it's pretty common.
All right. If we're going to do Tibetan, I got to put on my glasses.
Daktu Shenmo.
I can see. Daktu Shenmo. The root downfall of praising yourself or criticizing others. And we'll talk a little bit more about because it's another question later, like why these are there. So we'll talk about it later. Pretty straightforward, right? Praising yourself or criticizing others. Number 2, the root downfall of failing to give either dharma or material assistance. And we'll talk through these briefly. I mean, it's not complicated. And then we'll discuss it a little more later on. Number 3, the root downfall of failing to accept an apology or hitting another person.
Or suggestion. Except somebody suggests you something.
Rough
you want to go through the list and then one by one?
Yeah, let's go through the list first and then one by one and talk about it afterwards, just so people can get a sense of what the vows are. But I think it's interesting that not accepting apologies and hitting someone are in the same category, right? Interesting.
Out of anger.
Out of anger, yeah. Number 4, giving up the greater way or teaching false dharma. So that's like the greater way, Mahayana, Bodhisattva level, going for full enlightenment, as opposed to the lower way where the Hinayana people are just trying to get themselves out of suffering. They're just trying to reach nirvana. Or false dharma would be things like there's no such thing as, I'm going to say it, karma, cause and effect. We can say karma in this class, can't we? Cause and effect.
We can.
But cause and effect is.
Or you say like there is karma, but it does not work everywhere, or like making stuff up. But we will go into details.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah, stealing from the three jewels, stealing from the Buddha, the Dharma, or the Sangha. It's a big deal. And we've seen people take money that was meant for the worldview projects. And it's like, whoa, you're crazy. Like, you're really crazy. I mean, boy, and frankly, Geshe-la was super, super careful about this. Like, if he asked, when I was, an attendant for him, and he would ask for something, and you'd have to go into town to get it because Diamond Mountain's an hour away from the smallest little town that has a grocery store, and you'd ask for it, and he was always very careful to pay for you, to pay it back. Like, he was like super careful. And then you'd offer, but if you offered it, that was one thing. But he never assumed that you were going to just give it to him. So back to where we were, my love, Mojana. So that was okay. So taking what belongs to the three jewels, and then the root at number 6, and we'll talk about it, the root downfall of giving up the highest dharma. There's a difference between that and giving up the higher way. So we'll talk about that in a second. Number 7, the root downfall of taking away someone's robes and things that identify them as being monastics, or removing them from ordination. Big deal. Number 7, that was number 7. Number 8, committing one of the 5 immediate misdeeds, and we'll go through what those are. But these are 5 really horrible crimes. And number 9, the root downfall of holding wrong views. So, this one's a little trickier because denying karma would be one of them. And, we all struggle with it at times.
Past lives.
Yeah, denying past lives or future lives. And, it's okay to have doubt, right? You're not breaking this if you have doubt. This is more like you've studied it and you've decided definitively that it's wrong, and then you're adamant about teaching people that it's wrong. And I mean, which you see, occasionally.
Don't worry, we will go one by one in details about this vows.
So yeah,
it's just first presentation.
So this is just the list, and then we'll discuss each one a little more fully so that you understand them.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's go to next question, because we decided to follow the order of the questions. And first, we discuss the meaning of the word tsatung and pampa. What is this? So the root downfall, it means that once you destroy the vow in your mind, and this is the meaning of root, you destroy in your mind the one of 18. And downfall is that once you have done it, it means we go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't go to hell otherwise.
I know, that's the traditional version, is that almost all humans are meant to go to hell.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure I believe that, honestly, but that's a different story.
Yeah, you have doubts. You are allowed to have doubts.
I have doubts about the fact that all of us are going to hell.
And until it is following logic and these teachings, it's still okay. Defeat means that you break the vow because your mental afflictions won. They defeated you, and then you cannot reach the bodhisattva, the first bodhisattva boom in this lifetime, and this is Pampa. Okay, next question. So now we will start with the vows. So the first one was praising yourself and putting down another person, Dr. Shenma. So what does it mean to praise yourself? It means basically it's what you need to know, where is the border, because if you are a business person and you advertise yourself, I mean, do you commit the root downfall?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like we're really good at putting roofs on houses. You know, is that a root downfall? I praised myself.
Yeah, it's not the root downfall. There is a special feeling about this downfall, and in the essence, it should be, first of all, it should be wrong desire, like I want something out of it. It's not just I'm stating, oh, I'm doing something better than other people. It's I want some kind of material gain or respect or admiration, and it is this motivation goes strictly opposite to bodhisattva ideals, because you are supposed to be someone who must have love and joy for other people, be happy about their good qualities, and wish them to benefit, not to benefit from other people. For you to commit the downfall, the person you are speaking must understand what you are saying. And mostly, Jetson Kappa says it is related about you criticizing other Dharma teachers and praising yourself. That's the worst of the worst. Like you imply you are lying, but there is a very, very subtle, there is a subtlety, and you may have difficulty when you will see somebody according to you is doing something wrong and how to address it, especially if they are teaching. You should be really, really careful, because you can create a lot of really bad seeds with this. So the reason why it's so bad, because it can result in a schism in the teachings between teachers, and there is a very specific moment when you plant the seeds, or anybody, not you, somebody can plant this seed, is when you say something to somebody that is praising yourself because you want something, material gain or respect or admiration, and another person hears it, like grasps what you are saying, then the vow is broken. It does not have to be both present. Either one of them is a root downfall. Anything left?
I think that covers it.
Yeah. So mostly it should be a lie also. It's not that if you see somebody is teaching it incorrectly and you say something, then you commit a root downfall. What we are supposed to do if we see somebody is teaching incorrectly, to openly say it and to make it debate, right? To debate with the person and not not trying to act in hidden ways somehow.
And it's going to be mostly motivation, right? Like, are you trying to hurt the other person? Are you trying to help them, right? Like, if you have a 3-year-old that is behaving badly, and you criticize them, and sometimes, if you have kids, you have to speak a little harshly to get their attention. If you're doing that out of love, that's not this downfall. And I've seen parents who would take this idea too far, right? Oh, well, maybe my child's an enlightened Buddha and I'm not going to correct them at all, and then the child is just, there's an English word, feral, I mean wild, so like you have like normal pigs, domestic pigs, and feral pigs, and a feral pig is one that got out of the pen and then just ran around and he's wild, a feral pig. And so sometimes you'd see feral children.
Yeah, that's not it. It's mostly related to Dharma teachings.
Yeah, you don't have to be passive to be a bodhisattva. You're not just a doormat that people walk on as they come into the house.
And the doormat is a rug in front of the house door
that people wipe their feet on before they come into the house. And so sometimes people will get the idea that being a bodhisattva means being a doormat. And that's not it. Mm-hmm. You have a very active responsibility for changing the world.
Yeah, and these vows, they are amazing, because if you will try to keep them, you will see how different the behavior described in the vows is from our, to be honest, ordinary thinking and behavior. Okay, the next one is not giving Dharma teachings to someone, chu miterva, or not giving material assistance to someone, nor miterva.
Okay, so this one, not giving people things they need. So this is particularly like, if they have a lot of need, if they're sick, if they're really poor, if they're really hungry, and you're not helping them. And, you don't have to give people things that will hurt them, right? Like if somebody's on the street begging for money, and and they're standing outside a liquor store, and that they're just going to turn around and buy a bottle of liquor with it.
It's okay not to give money.
Yeah, right. Okay, not the most compelling need in the world. Yes, you're poor, but I don't have to give you alcohol, right? But
the thing here is these two vows is out of attachment and stinginess.
Yeah,
that's the feeling. Always try to think how Lord Buddha was thinking. I mean, why did he think this vow is important for bodhisattvas, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you'd see sometimes people like not giving Dharma. Like when you start realizing the power of this, right? Like when you really start realizing, wow, like all the answers are here eventually, like all of them, like all the questions that people think are unanswerable, right? Like
all answered.
It's all here, right? And I'll have discussions with my brothers, and like, there's no definition of consciousness. Well, okay.
What does he mean?
Well,
even science has a definition of consciousness.
Well, not really, but anyway, that's a different discussion. I mean, there's lots of things that, anyway. But then people, so the idea here is that you're not going to give Dharma partly because you're like pride, you're proud, like I know something you don't.
And I feel better than you.
Yeah. So
material assistance is basically somebody is in critical need. It's not that if you don't give tips, then you commit the root downfall. It's not that if you don't give to somebody in the street that you commit this root downfall. It's very specific. Somebody is in serious need. They specifically ask you about it, like they come to with a clear question, what they need, why they need. You are the only hope they have. They have nobody else to address. Imagine how evil it is to, you have the money and you say, no, I'm not giving it to you. Imagine how evil a person should be, right? So it's not very easy to commit. It's not just not being generous.
I saw somebody comment on this, that like if you saw like a group of monkeys, right, in the jungle, and one monkey was bigger than the others, and he took all the bananas and he hoarded them and wouldn't let anybody else eat any of the bananas, scientists would study him and say, well, like, what's wrong with that monkey, right? Like what is that monkey doing? You know, that he won't share his bananas with other people. And in the US,
all over the world,
we call them billionaires.
It's all over the world. It's not,
and think that they're great businessmen, right? Like you're an insane monkey hoarding the bananas. What are you doing, right? Like, well, what the hell are you going to buy with those billions? Like, you're long past needing anything. I mean, you were past it $900 million ago.
I will tell you what's going on. There are other monkeys with a lot of bananas, and then they can compete.
Yeah, right. Well, that's well, if people were here for death in the realms of existence, that's demigods, right? Like
next.
Is that the next one?
Next one.
Oh, 8, right? That's 8. Yeah, everybody just anyway. People get so much that the only thing they can do is fight with each other.
Yeah.
Insane monkeys.
So that's not given material assistance and not given dharma.
And one more thing, there's nothing wrong with having $1 billion.
No, nothing wrong.
At all. Like at a certain point, if you've been generous,
you cannot avoid it.
You can't stop it, right? I mean, you're going to have $1 trillion.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy is that you wouldn't share it with people, right?
Yeah.
Like just.
Okay. Then next one. Striking another person or staying angry when they try to explain themselves and apologize. And another version how it can be written is not accepting someone's apology or suggestion. Like in English, in American English, there is an idiom, talk to the hand, you know, like.
Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to talk to you, talk to my hand.
Yeah, it's like.
And then after talk to the hand.
Shedjan Milan.
After, it was in a movie. I think it was Fran Drescher that did it. But anyway, she was the first one that said, talk to the hand, right? Like, I don't want to hear it, talk to the hand. And then after a while, after people had been saying that for a couple of years, it was like, people would say, well, talk to my butt, the hand is busy.
Well, we're teaching Dharma here.
It's funny.
Okay, so not accepting someone's apology or suggestion, Shekjan Milan, or striking another person is Tsokpa. And here, here the motivation is obviously anger, right? So someone did something maybe to me. Or maybe they didn't, but I perceive as somebody hurt me. They sincerely come to ask for apology, and I say, no, I'm mad at you. I don't want to hear from you. Or this second part of this first half of the vow, usually people, they miss it, but it's very important. Somebody comes to you with a suggestion. They suggest something. As a bodhisattva, you have to listen. At the very least, you have to give a chance to another person to explain. I mean, what a bodhisattva you would be if you don't, you claim you want everybody to be happy, right? And here a person comes and you cannot even listen to them. right? I mean, you don't have to accept what they suggest, but you have to listen. So this is the first part. Not accept an apology. I prefer to stay with my anger. And this is the part what makes it the root downfall, really, because I choose my anger instead of basically bodhisattva way. And second part is I do not listen to suggestions. The second thing here is to strike another person, tsokpa. You don't have to commit both of them, not listen and strike, can be either one of them. And the motivation is to hurt another person. The main thing here is I choose to hand on my anger. I don't let go my anger. I mean, even if you feel you're angry at somebody, it is a downfall, not the root one, okay? It will come later in the secondary vows. But it's not the root downfall. But if you choose to grasp to it, right, to clinch to it, then it is a root downfall. Anything to add more? Okay. Then rejecting Mahayana teachings.
Yeah.
Next slide.
So giving up the greater way means rejecting the ideas of karma and emptiness, which
no, bodhisattva and bodhisattva way and emptiness, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's
Mahayana.
emptiness or on the bodhisattva path.
Yeah,
so we're up here.
I think you were talking about the 9 that will be karma and the past lives. The 6th one is
we're on
emptiness and bodhisattva path.
Yeah. But emptiness automatically implies cause and effect, right?
Yeah, of course.
So
but this one you have to do the 4 chains, right?
Yeah. Well, you have to do the 4 chains for all of them.
Except 2.
Really? Well, except
9.
2 of them are, yeah, but one of them you can't do at all. Anyway, we'll get to it. Yeah. All right. So rejecting the main ideas of the Mahayana path, the greater way, which is denying karma, denying emptiness, which they're 2 sides of the same coin, or giving up the idea of bodhicitta, right? That saying that I can't save anybody else, but I can save myself. So.
Or you say, it's all invalid. Lord Buddha didn't teach it. You give up by saying this the greater way, Tekchen Ponwa.
Yeah.
In Tibetan.
Which honestly, I don't know. I mean, like once the ideas got in my head, they wouldn't let go. And I was like, oh, well, like, I mean, everybody has ups and downs in their spiritual life, right? And then, some of them quite dramatic. Like Jesus getting nailed to the cross, right?
That was a challenge.
Yeah, a challenge,
in
right?
His spiritual life, probably.
And in one version of his final words, he says, well, God, why have you forsaken me? Right. So, so if you're having ups and downs in your spiritual life, don't worry, you've got good company.
The most important moment was like in history was that he had these doubts, and at Gethsemane garden, right? Like he was like, oh, don't leave me. I don't want to have what's coming, actually.
Yeah. And then he voluntarily walked into Jerusalem, knowing what was going to happen. But yeah, so you'll have ups and downs. It's okay. There'll be, it's inevitable. But honestly, like if you're studying, if you're actively looking at this, mm, I think it's pretty hard to give it up entirely. You know, you can have bad days, but where else are you going to go for refuge, right? What else? What else is a better answer? And so, that's what I have to say on that. I don't think. I think.
Next slide, please.
I
For
think if you
Ceci.
study, I don't think you're going to give up
Oh, no, no, it's
karma and
okay.
emptiness, or the idea that you're going to help other people.
Mhm. Okay, teaching false dharma has three main things in it. First, you know that you made it up. Second, you like the idea. And third, you teach it to others as Mahayana Buddhism. You say, this is a real bodhisattva path. It's very important because in our time we have to do some marketing, right? I mean, if you will say I'm teaching Buddhism, maybe people will come, maybe they won't. So I think almost every ACI teacher has some kind of marketing to attract people, and this is not committing root downfall. When you explain these teachings in a way that people understand better, you actually follow your bodhisattva vows perfectly. If you can find how to bring people from where they are to these teachings and then teach them purely, you are following your bodhisattva vows perfectly. The main thing, you do not replace these correct ideas in your mind and then grasp to these made up ideas like, oh, actually there are 5 laws of seeds, not 4. Or you know, so, or actually there
Maybe
is one more vow to the bodhisattva vows.
if you want the secret fifth law of cause and effect, it'll cost you $10,000.
Yeah, something like that. So it's okay. I mean, there are people who teach something like beyond ACI teachings, but when they claim they teach ACI, they have to teach ACI, nothing else. Not astrology, not anything, I don't know. We don't teach Master of Transformation here or Financial Freedom Club. This is beyond ACI. ACI is pure teaching the way we received it.
Yeah, I think pure is a good word for it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the foundation. The foundation teachings. This is the most thorough. This is the only one that's acceptable for getting the higher teachings. This is it. Frankly,
Essence.
There's nothing low about the other stuff, but this is the most comprehensive, most pure version. We're not going to be doing a more comprehensive version of the sutra teachings in this lifetime.
Yeah. So it's okay to create other projects, but don't call it Buddhism. Something else. The most important thing I forgot. The mental affliction here, why you give up great away and teach false dharma, is ignorance. Okay, the next one. Actually,
no,
do we have it?
No.
Okay, actually, we do have it. 7. What about 6?
Oh, you're jumping around all over. Yeah.
No, it comes in the question number 8. So we will be back to the vows in a moment. We did how many? 4 of them? Which one is 5? Stealing. Okay. So why are those 4 downfalls not made into 8 separate downfalls?
It's based on motivation. You have a desire for respect, a desire for material things, some kind of anger towards other people,
And you like press to it, not
or ignorance about, just plain wrong worldview, ignorance about the Dharma. So they're based into that because of the motivation.
Yeah, and I will show to you. This is my book with. You see the emptiness of things. You ready? Oh.
No, that's not emptiness. No, don't do that.
That was
Yeah.
a joke.
Yeah, well, it's
I'm not teaching false dharma.
No,
But there is a book with the vows, and you will have more than 64 because I mean, when you will be experienced, maybe you can keep 64, but first we need to break them up. So you have over 100 because, for example, criticizing and praising will be two different lines in your book here. So don't be surprised when you will get the book with the vows and there will be more than 64. It's not false dharma. It's just for your comfort not to omit any part of the vows. Okay, then we come to root downfall number 5.
No, it's the motivations for breaking the first vow.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah. And so we kind of already discussed this. The first root vow was praising yourself and criticizing others. And then why would you do it? The desire for material gain or desire for the admiration of others. And so, like if you're correcting your 3-year-old, don't run out into the street, you're going to get hit by a car. Well, you don't have a desire for material gain, and you're not looking for respect or admiration from him. You just don't want your little guy to get run over by a car. So, no problem.
Okay. Then there are two aspects.
What? No, I won't say this. So sometimes you have 23-year-olds that need correction also. We won't talk about it.
My son was driving too fast.
Way too fast.
Yeah, a lot too fast.
Unfortunately, he's too old to take his car away from him. I think we would if we could.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, there are two aspects for the second root downfall about the person who is the object of this downfall. Remember, it's about giving material things and dharma. So it's the next question for the slides.
Yeah.
So first aspect is a person should be in a physical need, such as hunger, disease, like really, really suffering. And they do not have anybody else to help. No support network, no family, just you. And you have possibility and you refuse to help. That's the border for the root downfall. I kind of think we should go through other vows because I don't see the fifth one in the. Yeah, I don't see Malab. The fifth one is not in the questions. And basically, you explained a little bit. The fifth one will be stealing belongings from the 3 jewels.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, the motivation should be a klesha, a bad thought, like you are under some kind of negative thinking. It's not just, it will be still, you will still hurt your bodhisattva vows if you don't have anger, right, kleshas. but it will not be a root downfall that will stop you from seeing emptiness directly this lifetime. Yeah, so that was the fifth one, stealing from three jewels. Anything, McMichael says anything, but okay, maybe not a flower if you took it from a temple or
Boy, I tell you,
somebody, but better not to.
No, well, I wouldn't take a flower that was on an altar. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Strange, right?
Yeah, well, and there was one person, and they were involved in the organization. They're not around anymore. But they embezzled, they took for their personal use. Somehow they had access to the financial accounts, and they took over $30,000 from the Dharma organization and spent it on their own personal desires. And I mean, people can be crazy when it comes to what they think they deserve, right?
Yeah. Total ignorance.
And I remember when I was in college, I was running this ski club for people, and we didn't maintain control of the accounts properly, and one of the guys used the ski club's account to buy himself a pair of skis. And we're like, well, you can't do that. I mean, that's stealing. And he's like, well, no, the people want me to buy skis.
For himself?
For himself, yeah. I'm like, no. I said, like, like you're gonna pay that money back, or we're going to go to the, it's stealing at the University of Virginia where I was. There was only one penalty. You'd be kicked out of the school. They had an honor system, and like, well, if you don't pay this back, we're going to go to the honor committee, and you're going to get kicked out. And he was, get kicked out of the school, which is a big deal. And so, but that, so people can have like wild ideas about what they're entitled to. And anyway, be careful around the three jewels, or like if you have, some kind of, access to things as a result of any worldview project, right? Like stealing from ACI would be the worst, but even if it's some other charitable worldview project, you would want to be really, really careful about.
And you know who McMichael was for the temple? He was the person who would collect all the money, and he was responsible for it. And I mean, if they allowed him to do this, it meant that he was really, really honest.
Well, when they found out that the person had taken $30,000
from McMichael,
from McMichael's group, they were like, oh my gosh, that is literally the cause to go to hell.
Yeah,
literally the cause, like a deep, long, unimaginably long time in hell. And they're like, well, if he's not going to give it back, give it to him, so that we can at least lessen it. And the person's not around, so it's nobody, the person hasn't been around for years, but be careful.
Okay, next question. The fourth and the sixth root downfalls, they sound a little bit similar. I will remind you, the first one was rejecting the Mahayana teachings, which is teachings about emptiness and bodhisattva paths, and saying that they were not taught by the Lord Buddha. And the sixth one is giving up the Dharma of the listeners and self-made Buddhas or the Mahayana teachings. What is the difference here? So in the first one, the body of the teaching of the greater way is the object. So emptiness teachings and Bodhisattva past teachings. And you say, oh, they were not spoken by the Buddha. That's, you commit, okay, not you, somebody. Nobody of us, none of us commit the root downfall. The sixth?
And And so you guys know that the Buddha taught in three different phases of his teaching career. And so he taught three main different versions of what was happening with our mind and the world we experience. And he didn't do it because he was lying to the people or because he was unsure or mistaken or because he was learning, right? He did it because people need to learn in steps. When you tell them that things are empty, they don't.
And they think nothing matters.
Yeah,
That's a
people.
problem.
Well, people have all kinds of wrong reactions to it, right? Like you can't just go and tell people things don't exist the way you think they do, and once, well, no, I see red, and red is red, and that's the end of it, you know. Um, so to get people to understand a subtle concept like emptiness, you have to go in stages, and that's why he taught it in stages so people could.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how kids get taught in school now, but you know, like in physics, yeah, you talk about, well, these are atoms and these are the smallest things, and then later you find, well, okay, at least I mean, you know, it's been 40 years.
Relative physics.
Yeah, 40 years, right? Like since I was being taught this stuff or more. And you know, you're not going to teach, you know.
First you teach letters and numbers.
Yeah, you're not going to teach, you know, an 8-year-old about string theory and, you know, quantum mechanics. You know, you're going to teach them about atoms first, right? And then teach them later higher stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so the object of the sixth downfall are all three ways, not only Bodhisattva way, but also the listeners and the self-made Buddhas. And the listeners are those who, it's interesting, they know the teachings, they heard maybe all the Bodhisattva teachings, they can even teach those teachings, but they do not apply to their life. So these are the listeners. And the Bodhisattva, or not Bodhisattva, self-made Buddhas are people who had millions of teachers before, but this lifetime, it looks like they figured something themselves, only because they were taught before. And all these three paths are valid. All of them were taught by Lord Buddha Shakyamuni. For example, one of the teachings of self-made Buddhas, Pratyeka Buddhas, is the wheel of life. And all of them, they understand karma. So if you say that it was not taught by the Lord Buddha or like put down in other ways, that's the root downfall. And you mean the whole teaching, not something small that somebody said, but the whole track. You want to do the next one?
Oh, again, not complicated and not something that is going to present much of a danger for most of us, I think. Taking away the robes of somebody who's ordained.
Next slide, please.
Removing ordination of somebody, or making an ordained person give up their vows. Now, wasn't there, am I remembering correctly, wasn't there somebody at Sarah May that they kicked out because they were behaving so badly?
Yeah. It's interesting because McMichael says that sometimes you have to kick out somebody from a monastery because they basically destroy, they hurt other people. Mm-hmm. And in a way, it is still kind of bad for this vow. Even you have good motivation, but it's touchy, how to say, it's sensitive.
I've never seen in our group anybody have their ordination removed, but I have seen people behave so badly that they were told not to come back. I mean, you can have all kinds of, wrong ideas and, people, people are people and they make mistakes and they do behave badly. But there have been a few that have behaved so badly that, that they're literally not allowed to come to events anymore. I'm just disruptive and hurting themselves. And, it wasn't after one incident, it was after, sustained anger and sometimes anyway. So
yeah,
but mostly not going to be a problem for us.
yeah, but the motivation here is to hurt
Yeah.
in these vows. So
Mm.
two parts. You remove, you tell them, not you, somebody can tell an ordained person to take the robes off, and second part, you somebody forces them to give up their monks or nuns vows. Very bad.
Yeah, the people I can think who've been asked not to come back, it wasn't like they were debating or that they had questions or that they had even mental afflictions. It's that they were actually hurting the organization, and determined to hurt it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Next is the eighth root downfall. It has 5 different parts, and it is about 5 immediate misdeeds. Why they are immediate? Because after somebody has done them, they immediately go to hell.
Well,
not the same moment.
Yeah, so not instantly in this life, but when they do pass away, they go straight to hell quickly.
Yeah.
It's why you see.
After they do have bardo, but after bardo they go straight to hell. They have the hell bardo.
No. Yeah, you'll see people. So we can go through these quickly. Killing your father, killing your mother, killing. And here they describe it as an arhat, somebody who has reached nirvana, which again is the cessation of mental afflictions, less than full enlightenment. The next one is creating a schism in the Sangha. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about that in a second. And then, or drawing blood from a Buddha with the intent of creating harm.
So if you are a nurse and you will be taking
those two.
Blood from McMichael with good intention, that's fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have to desire to hurt them, right? So like when the doctors put the kidney into McMichael, they're not going to be guilty of a crime.
Yeah. I mean, if you perceive McMichael as a Buddha.
Or an arhat, right?
Fortunately for us, we cannot create a real schism about Buddha Shakyamuni followers, schism of Sangha. But be careful, especially if you are smart, especially if you have pride. Be careful not to get this one, because this is the worst one. Out of everything, like it's number one bad deed that anybody can do.
Well, you can't, obviously, so the immediate misdeed is specifically talking about creating a schism, creating a break in the original group of Buddha's followers, right? Like 2,500 years ago. So you can't do this one exactly, but
there was a person who did.
Which is, like for every rule, there's somebody who inspired it.
Measures the depths.
Inspired it. Yes, you were the inspiration. So fortunately, they don't name them by person. It's like Well, it's
Devadatta.
okay. Well, but there isn't like the Devadatta vow, right?
No, no.
It's like okay, well, this is McMichael's vows, and this is Ivanina's vow. She did this, and so it's not like that. But so you can't create a break in the traditional group of Lord Buddha's followers, but you could create a break in your modern day one, right? And so it's not the exact immediate misdeed, but it gives you an idea of how bad it would be if like you were to, split up Geshe Michael's group.
The original guy who did it went to the lowest hells. He was Lord Buddha Shakyamuni's cousin, so family. Very smart, very ethical, jealous, wanted to become a Buddha himself. He had the best memory out of all Buddha Shakyamuni followers. He remembered all his teachings, every word, didn't get them, didn't understand, and tried to kill him. So that was also him who, this is why trying to harm a Buddha is among 5 misdeeds. And he did create a schism of split people in the Sangha of the historic Buddha Shakyamuni. And that's a bad deed because when somebody does it and people do it, all spiritual progress on the planet stops. Like it's such a bad deed that nobody can see emptiness directly when the schism is still active. Nobody can reach any new bodhisattva levels, and overall the progress stops. So it's really bad.
I've seen it personally a couple of times where people go through the teachings, they take vows, they take higher vows, and then a year or two later they get upset and get really angry at the person that gave them the vows. I mean, really angry for a sustained period of time. Like everybody's going to have ups and downs
for a long period of time,
but for like a year or two.
Yeah.
like just staying like just really angry and not just boo boo boo, but like really wanting to hurt them and vocal about it and publicly critical, and they've just really turned. And I mean, I've seen it several times where they don't live for long after that. And it's just, Yeshua tells a story of a man who he was there and he was criticizing a very high teacher. And and then guy was in the Himalayas and he falls off the mountain like a year later, right? But I've seen people do this, like start attacking the group, and they'll get some kind of illness within a year or something dramatic will happen.
Nobody external hurt them. They just create seeds and they die quite quickly. I think nobody who was really critical of Geshe Michael, I mean, really bad and would want to hurt him is alive by now. I don't know.
Well, and the key part there is trying to hurt him, right?
Yeah.
Like it's entirely fair to ask questions and say, I don't understand this. This doesn't look right to me.
Or disagree.
Yeah. Or
even.
It's entirely fair to say, I disagree with you. I don't understand. It's entirely fair to say, I don't like this. If your intention is to discuss it and work it out. If your desire is to hurt the person, that's when your trouble is going to happen.
Okay, let me.
And one of the things I love about Buddhism is that you do have the right to question everything, right?
And you are supposed to. Geshe Michael says, if you believe me, if you just take me on your trust, I don't believe you.
Yeah, right. Like it's like I was talking with somebody a year ago, they were unsure. And I was like, yeah, we love skeptics, but we love people who aren't sure.
Oh, I know who it was.
Yeah. And because you'll find the answers, right? Like we don't trust people who just accept it blindly, because then you're going to accept something else blindly 2 months from now.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's if the desires turn people. Anyway, we ready? Anything else?
One more thing I think is cool. Maybe some of you will think like, how did Buddha Shakyamuni had karma to have somebody coming and splitting the Sangha? And the answer you will find in ACI 13+1. And I will not tell you.
Oh, I gotta wait. Tune in next week. We call that I mentioned this term before, a cliffhanger. Like they used, like when movies were weekly, like when my mom and my dad were a little girl, and before TV was much of anything, and you had to go to the movies to see a show, and there were always cowboys, right? And so at the end of the show, they wouldn't wrap it up. They wouldn't finish it
on the cliff.
So the cowboy, the hero, he would fall off the cliff and he'd be hanging to a tree, and then the movie would stop, and you'd have to come back next week to see if he died. And so that's called a cliffhanger. So yeah, so there you go, if you want.
Okay, the last one and the most important one, because this one, if you commit it, it's without 4 chains. Everything else, you have to remember, you have to like it, you have to want to do it again, you have to have no regret, and you have to think that there is nothing wrong with what you have done. Like all 4 should be present. So this one, you just have it for a while, and you are done with your bodhisattva vows. So they are really destroyed.
But
wrong views.
You again, it isn't like, dang it, I've been visiting an old lady for a long time and I don't have a partner. I'm disappointed.
That's not it.
That's not it. Or
I'm doing my 4 steps for 1 year and I don't see results.
Yeah.
I think it does not work on me. That's not it either.
Yeah. Or I'm tired of waiting, or I'm not sure, or this is actively like saying it's wrong. Things are random and this is all bullshit.
Yeah. The name of this somehow McMichael didn't put the name of the root downfall, but this is wrong views. This is what wrong views is.
Yeah.
Denying law of karma and past and future lives.
And again, with past and future lives, if you meditate, it will be pretty obvious that your consciousness is not tied to your physical body. And so it's really, I know that it looks kind of tempting to say that your mind's going to stop when your body stops, because you can see a body stop, right? You're talking with somebody 1 minute and then you're done. You can't talk with them anymore. And say, oh, well, their mind stopped.
We can stop slides, by the way. It's the last one.
It's their body stopped. Their mind's not stuck in their body. Anyway.
Artem, can we stop slides? We promised that we will answer questions, but I was sick and Bill was flying, so we didn't really follow up on your questions. I know that you had a questionnaire to put your questions. If you want, we can have one question. If you have any questions in any of 4 languages I can read: Ukrainian, Russian, English, and French. We are happy to answer. Or you can turn on your mic if you speak English. So otherwise, can we explain again for chains? No, we cannot, because you will learn them in details. I can repeat, but we will study in details next class or class 6. I do not recall.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm not going to explain. But don't
Tune
worry.
in next week.
Don't worry. It's very difficult to. I mean, can you feel that it is difficult to break a bodhisattva vow? I mean, you have to be really evil. Like, kill your mother, kill your father, kill an arhat, draw blood of Buddha Shakyamuni with evil intent, split the sangha. I mean, you have to be really busy.
Well, those are the biggies, the 5 heinous deeds, the 5 immediate misdeeds. But
Yeah.
praising yourself and criticizing others,
Out of desire
yeah.
to for the gain and fame, right?
But I mean, boy, people make a living doing that, right? Apparent living.
Not Mahayana teachers, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, because the worst is to criticize. I mean, there will be a secondary downfall for criticizing others.
Yeah.
Then everything else falls there. It's not that we don't break anything when we criticize. Criticizing is bad. Better stop it today. Praising yourself, I don't know, maybe if you think that like in America, if you want people to come to you, you have to praise yourself, because this is how the marketing works here. If you don't praise yourself, they think that you are weak and stupid, you know. So it will not be breaking the bodhisattva vow if inside you want to help them, right? And you kind of pretend that you are like Superman, you know, for them, because otherwise they will not come, right? So that's not it. If during a job interview I'm talking about my achievements because I want to make more money, is it breaking the first vow? No. No, that's different. The main thing there is you praise yourself because you want, I don't know, like you are an ACI teacher, you want more students, you come to another group and you say, your teachers are bad, stop following them, come to me, I'm a great one, you know, something like that. There is more this, it's not about job interviews.
Yeah, so like, in the case of a job interview, you're trying to tell the person how you can help them, right? Like, okay, you have these needs, I have these skills, like we are going to be able to help each other, right? So there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, don't go too far because you will be jobless. It's worse.
Yeah.
I think there were people who went too far with this one, like, oh, I'm useless. That's not the Bodhisattva path. That's self-made something.
All right.
Okay, we have a couple more. Difficult to be happy for my colleagues. What can I do? Want to say?
You're better with those type of questions.
Yeah, just remember this is your third flower and they do not exist without you. You create every single one colleague. I mean, if you will just think, you create the whole damn universe, you know. I mean, can you be really angry at anybody if you really understand that every single person is a direct correlation to something you have done before? You cannot really be angry. I mean, what is the point, right, of being angry?
And something that we see quite frequently in our other groups that we work with is that, and in our own personal lives, is that, like you're going to see an Arya in your life before you're an Arya, right? somebody who's had the direct perception of emptiness. You're going to see somebody like that in your life before you've done it. Well, that's the third flower, right? The people around you will get whatever it is that you want first before you do. It seems to work like that. And so, like if you want a partner, well, you'll start seeing other people who have happy partnerships around you,
Yeah.
And then if you want money, you'll start seeing people who have a lot of money around you first. It's not that you should be jealous of the fact that, oh, they've got the love of their life, or, oh, they've got money and I wish I had it. It's you're starting to create better seeds, and you'll see it around you in other people just before you get it. So if you're starting to see it in other people, that's a good sign. And don't kill it by being unhappy that your seeds are starting to work, right?
Yeah, because you are literally killing it when you are jealous.
Yeah. You say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm seeing a person who has money and a good job. I'm really sorry about that." Okay, well, no problem. You don't have to see that anymore. You'll get what you want. Yeah. So be careful.
Okay, I think we can have a question about how stop eating meat next time. I want to answer quickly this one. What if my father criticizes others when you talk something, you say something, he yells and stop talking, drops the phone. I don't want to listen to him teaching me, and I'm listening and thinking about something else, how to do in this situation. Um, I don't think you can do anything. And by the way, about kids, the next question from Louisa is basically the same. The situation is somebody has a mental affliction attack in front of you, or over the phone, or somehow. What can you do? The best if you remember emptiness right away, like that you could hear the mantra, from your father over the phone, because you hear decibels, like noise. And then your seed ripens, covers this decibels, this noise, and you're like, oh, he's yelling at me. Oh, he tells me how much he loves me. Or he's sick. Or that's another language I don't understand. It's Chinese, It's noise, just noise. And this is what seeds are doing with the noise. So what if you want different noise? Stop yourself getting upset as soon as you can. It's hard. I know it's hard. It's like stopping. I used to make a joke, is like I was living in France for a while, and they have this fast trains, or in Japan even faster, like
Shinkansen.
TGV in France and Shinkansen in Japan. It's 500 kilometers per hour.
It's really cool because you'll be standing in the station and it will come by and doesn't slow down at times. And it's like, it's like
crazy, like
the whole train. Whoa.
And also cool that when they slow down, it's almost no noise, like Shinkansen. Like it's
beautiful.
Miracle.
Yeah, miracle.
So imagine you try to stop Shinkansen on full speed. This is how it feels when you first try to stop your anger. You're like, damn, stop, and you're like ketchup, and then you train yourself. The main is never give up on training yourself. Okay, I fucked up. It's already done. I I realize I'm mad and it's kind of half a day passed by and I'm still mad, you know. You catch yourself where you can. And then you try to stop it as soon as you can. You try. And because of the seeds you plant with trying, you are able to stop yourself earlier. And then you're like, oh, I'm getting angry right now. Oh, I will get angry in 1 second. Do I want it? No, I don't. It's funny. Seeds are amazing. Second thing, meditate. If you meditate, it's much easier to have this space before the emotion gets over you.
It gives you the ability to focus your mind where you want to instead of getting pushed around by it.
And you feel emotions coming before they really come.
Yeah.
And third thing is, to be honest, you have to start with sketching yourself when you are already angry. And this is how you work with the anger of your father and your kids, by the way. This is how, because it comes from your anger. And third thing is actually the only thing that really works. You keep your happiness. You do not ever stop being happy. This is how you can stop your anger. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The details about the kids, you try to stop the situation as fast as you can and work on your anger. Whatever you think will be helpful to help to stop them from crying, etc. You just do what you have to do. Okay, I can see you are tired. Yeah. Good timing because we're done.
Good.
Dedication. Close your eyes and think about the fact that you have just spent 1 hour 35 minutes trying to be a better person.
For the sake of every living being.
Not only a better person, but a bodhisattva who will save everybody else, literally. Because everybody else, like yelling fathers, kids, when they have their meltdowns, cancer patients, all the wars, they're coming from our seeds. And by walking this path, you will really reach the end of it, end of all suffering for everybody, and happiness. And just dedicate every single seed to make it happen as soon as you can. Open your eyes and see you next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next 9 root downfalls.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, translators. Thank you, technical team. Thank you, ACI staff. And
thank you, everybody who's making this possible. Tom, Ola, Katja,
Tanya,
Areta, who else?
Marina,
Ina,
Tanya,
lots of people to make it happen. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Maria. Bye.